Welcome in, everybody. We did have a few little technical difficulties at the beginning, but we're finally recording. Oh Jesus!
Oh god,
Well,
this is
welcome
gonna be a
in.
fun one.
This is going to be a fun one. But welcome in to Luca and T chatting tea.
Yes, Luca and T chatting tea.
Luca and T chatting tea. We've got our cups of tea. T has been sorting herself out.
Yeah. I've been having some difficulties with the Mitchell brothers.
Yeah, as she likes to call her.
Yeah, they're not wanting to play ball today.
Also, we did also realise that we are wearing Rick and Morty t-shirts. We did not plan this.
No, we didn't.
And then she saw her t-shirt. I thought it was like Rocky Horror Picture Show or something because of the writing.
Yeah.
But then when I looked at it, it just says Rick and Morty, and I was like, oh, a twinsie! My ADHD is playing up a lot today. My ADHD brain is just like, say this, do it, do this,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
and
now my mouth
it
doesn't want to.
when it goes like really inappropriate to the point that you go, I am even shocked myself at what's just come out my mouth.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. It's gonna be yeah. Just yeah. But we are today talking about jobs, our experiences in working with these sort of jobs and stuff like this. If you do have any stories of your own, let us know in the chat.
In the comments down below.
And also, don't forget to like and subscribe these videos so we can bring you more content.
Yeah.
But yes, I didn't actually write anything down for this because usually before we start recording and we're like, right, we're going to talk about this topic. I'm like, okay, I've got this. I didn't do this today.
Yeah, because we were both like, what should we talk about? I don't know. What do you think? Oh, I don't know. And then still this morning, nothing. And then I was just like, brain, tell me something. And actually, it was only when I was feeding the fish that it reminded me of that fish story where I called you. That's a different time though. You remember when I video called you about the fish that had passed?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. It was.
And then I would have remembered.
Yeah. Yeah, we could tell that a different time.
That'll be another story.
But it was when I was feeding the fish. It reminded me of that story, and then it reminded me of something I did at work, and I was just like, "Oh, let's talk about jobs."
Talk about jobs.
Let's talk about jobs.
Talk about jobs.
Yeah.
Alright, my tablets, the tablets for my thyroid and heart problems and stuff like this, makes me itchy. So if you see me doing this, ignore me. It's just every now and then. It's like.
He's not a fiend. He's just got some issues.
I've just got issues. I've just got fucking issues. I've got so many fucking issues. But yeah, jobs.
Jobs.
So
what was your first job?
My first job.
At what age as well?
At what age? Well, this was now for me. I don't like doing like schoolwork or anything and work at the same time. A lot of people can. For me, I cannot. I cannot. Mm-hmm. So for me, as soon as college was ending, I was sitting there going, what do I do?
Yeah.
And obviously because I was doing catering and hospitality, I decided, do you know what? I'm going to go into being a waiter. Why not? A friend that I knew on the course, she decided that she had a job that she was going to give me, and I was like, okay. I've had oh wait, hang on, I just realized that's not my first ever job.
I was gonna say, didn't you have a job in secondary school?
I just remembered it.
How am I the sensible one in this situation.
That is how you know that there is problems. That T is the sensible one.
Yeah, how?
Oh god. Okay, backtrack. Okay, so that was technically the first job I got myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first ever job I had was in secondary school, and this was the reason why I don't do school and work at the same time.
Okay.
My mum basically forced me to do it. And I don't mean like she was sitting there going, no, go on, do it. Come on, go on. No. She basically went into her job, which was a bar. Well, it was a pub. It was a pub with a little like kitchen in the back, and like they usually just do like small things like sandwiches, soups, stuff like this, right? The owner of the pub, he did everything by scratch. He grew everything himself, so it was really, really nice. And stuff like this. And it was really nice. I didn't mind working there, but how everything planned out, I didn't, because yeah. So my mum went up to her boss and was like, "Hey, my son's gonna work here," and they were like, "Okay." I didn't know. Okay, I didn't fucking know. Yeah, I didn't know until the day of that shift, right? So I'm not lying. Literally,
Should I just like go into like a random office, just sit down and go, I work here now?
But no, basically, right? So yeah, my mum just went up to the boss and was like, "Hey, my son wants to work here. He's gonna work here. Are you okay with that?" "Yeah, sure. We can find some jobs." "Okay, done." It was a Saturday and Sunday job. So basically, right, I did Monday to Friday school, Saturday, Sunday work.
Yeah.
Right? Now, me being a teenager, you would not want that, right?
No.
You don't want it. Okay, yeah, you get money. Yeah, okay.
Like
It's
Sunday
something.
or Saturday, but both days.
I did both days, right? I remember the first day, right? My mum was like, "Oh, like we're going to my work." I'm like, "Oh, okay then. Okay, bit random, but sure."
Yeah.
Get in the car, right? And then she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're doing a shift today." I was like, "No, I fucking ain't." She went, "Yes, you are." I was like, "No, I'm not. I don't want to work." "Yes, you are. You're going to work. You're going to make money, and you're going to deal with it." And I'm like,
"Okay, mom.
"Okay, fine. Fuck you then." And then yeah, so the jobs that I did were just odd jobs.
Okay.
Right? It was, "Oh, go and get some firewood." "Okay, sure, put it here." "Okay, we're gonna go and clean the toilets." "Okay." "Okay, well, you're gonna go and get stock for the bar." "Okay, sure." "Okay, now you're going to go and do like sweeping, you're gonna do mopping, and all of this." Now, you would think that would be like a 2-hour job, so you're just working for 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, I would do 5 hours.
God.
Right? So this would be 10 o'clock in the morning until, I can't remember what time, but it'd be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So most of my day gone.
Yeah.
Right? I've had no fun. I've just been working. Then like Sunday would come and I'm doing the same things and stuff like this. And I really hated it. It was nice. Like, don't get me wrong. It was nice doing the jobs, but I hated it because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Right? I slowly worked myself into the kitchen. Right?
Okay.
I didn't really cook any food. It was more of, okay, wash these saucepans, bring out plates, bring in plates, stuff like this. I was like, okay, then I can do that. That's fine. And then yeah, I slowly kind of did like small bits. So it was a weird. So you get like a toasty, right?
Yeah.
You get like a toasty press and stuff like this. They didn't have that. So what they had was these metal square gate things, which you opened up, put the sandwiches in, close it, and put a metal bit to keep it closed. And then you basically put it in like a toaster thing.
Okay.
And then it will just cook it, and then it will like put it out, yeah, a little longer. Okay, there you go, out, done, dusted. Right? the things that people had in it was like fucking cheese and onion and fucking like ham, onion and fucking mayonnaise and stuff like this in a toasty. I was like, oh, you're a fucking weird bunch of people. Like, oh god, just have like normal things, but no, apparently not. Like, then I was helping like making the soups and broths and stuff like this. Like, he would make like fresh pumpkin soup, tomato soup. He would make like a chicken broth and stuff like this. It was quite nice. I used to get free food on lunch times, which was nice. And yeah, there was one girl there though.
Okay.
There's actually two. I'm just thinking. There's two stories that I could tell you right now. So the first girl, right? Both these girls. There was three girls in the kitchen, right? One of them I didn't really speak to. One of them I spoke to a lot, and the other one I absolutely hated. I didn't want to speak to her.
Okay.
So the one that I hated and absolutely loathed.
You loathed her.
Loathed. Hate. Loathe. Say ADHD brain.
Yeah.
ADHD brain.
Just connect.
So basically, she was a stuck-up bitch.
Okay.
Right? Now, working in this pub, right, it wasn't fancy. It was nothing fancy. You could get a sandwich and like a packet of crisps for like fucking £3. It was like a bit meal deal.
They were the
and
days.
Stuff like, those were the days. Those were the days. And it just kind of like, it weren't like a massive job. Like some of the girls that worked there, they only did like 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the other days they had uni or college or like another job.
Yeah.
Right. My mum obviously worked in the bar because alcoholic and fucking no degrees over here. Just makes me laugh. Makes me fucking laugh. I'm the only one in my whole family, I believe, who actually did school, college, university.
Damn, son.
And apparently I'm the disgrace of the family, just to clarify.
Don't worry, disgrace. Me too. Me too.
But like this girl, honestly, she came in one day, right? I'm gonna say this line and you're gonna be like, I know this type of girl. She had a Fit 500.
Okay. Where's my lip gloss?
Where's my lip gloss?
Yeah,
Daddy bought me this car.
Yeah.
Well, her dad actually bought her that car. Because she started boasting about it. Right? She was like, oh, look what daddy just bought me. She actually called them that. Mummy and daddy. Bear in mind, she's around about like 19, 20 at the time. Jesus. Mummy and daddy bought me this. It's like, you shouldn't be saying those sorts of types. You shouldn't be giving them those names past the age of 5.
No,
right?
I mean, the only thing my daddy gave me is emotional damage.
Yeah. Someone said they stole my mental illness. I said, give it back. That was for a gift from my mother.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, no. So this wire is really bugging me. Is on that
what
one.
about if you put it behind your neck so that it goes behind your shoulder? Because he didn't fucking think of that, did he? No, he didn't. Yeah? Better? Oh my god, I'm literally seeing like an epiphany in your eyes right now, going, I had no idea that I could just take this wire and put it behind me and it would solve all my issues.
So anyway, this girl with the Fit 500. Oh.
Every single video I have like taught you something.
Tea life lessons, everyone. Tea life lessons.
Yeah. Life lessons
oh
with tea.
God, life lessons with tea. So yeah, so this girl came in. She was like, "Mummy and Daddy bought me this new Fiat 500, and all of this." And like boasting about like how Mummy and Daddy have bought her this. Mummy and Daddy have bought her this and that. And they're going to a trip to Morocco or Spain and to Egypt and all of this. And I can't go to Egypt because if I do, I get murdered because I'm gay. So it's like, yay. Yay. So yeah, one day though, this is the one time that I went, yes, Mum.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so she started boasting about like how Mummy and Daddy had bought her this and all this. And my mum went, serious question. What would you do? What would you do when Mummy and Daddy dies? Right?
Love that.
Straight up, straight face and everything. What would you do if Mummy and Daddy dies? Right?
Yeah.
She goes, well, hopefully Mummy and Daddy will leave me enough money for me. Right? To which I went, and that's what makes you a spoiled brat. And walked away. I was like,
yes, mother.
Yes, mother. Yes. So, love that. But she honestly was so stuck up. I hated working with her and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just, to this day, I really hope I don't bang into her. And just, if I do, I might just smack her in the face. Just be like, oh, shit, oh, sorry. My hand slipped.
Oopsie.
Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, that was bitch number one.
Okay.
Next one being my mother. So the next girl that was working with, I absolutely loved her.
Okay.
Right? She was so down to earth and everything, right? So she would usually, when she's I always loved when she was working, because when she wasn't, the kitchen was boring, right? When she was in, she'll bring in a iPod, she'll bring in a docking station, and she'll plug it in. She'll have like a playlist and everything, right? This one time, right, the whole pub got fucking involved because we started playing Rocky Horror.
Oh my god, I love
Time Warp.
Loved
it. Absolutely loved it. Now, bearing in mind, right, I've watched that. This is like after I watched the films and all of the film, and I'm just like,
yeah, love it,
right? Time comes on, and you hear the
yeah.
and you're just like,
time is
prepare yourself. Time is fleeting. And like everyone is sitting there as if they had just suddenly started doing a fucking music video, because we're all doing different things, leaning on the table like,
yeah,
like everything. And then like my mum literally said to the bar, 1 second, I'll get your drink, right? Ran to the doorway, and it's just, let's do the time
warp again.
And we're all just doing it. And like everyone in the bar is just like, yes, yes, do it.
The British public, when they've had a drink and a certain song comes on, magic, fucking magic.
It's like all the bad things in the world disappear.
Yeah, I've got some good stories about that, which I'll tell you in a bit. But yeah, absolutely fucking magic. If you want to know how many British people are in a certain pub, just put one of the classics on. Just put Oasis Wonderwall on. You'll know how many's in there.
Oh god. But yeah, so I loved her. She was amazing. But basically there was what was it? It was just before I came out gay, right? Mm-hmm. So my mum did, like, obviously sometimes my mum worked, sometimes she didn't. Sometimes I would just go and get the bus home, or I would walk to my nan's and then stay there until my mum's fit. Bless you.
Thank you.
I would just like try and like do something. Like I'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to nan's. I'm gonna go shops or something.
Yeah.
Right. But her car had broken down and she couldn't drive in. So she was like, I'm going to get the bus. And I was like, well, listen, I'm getting the bus as well. Why don't we go together? She's like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay. Now, she usually gets the bus from the center of town. I just had to kind of like go across this big field and there was a bus stop there. So I just went from there. But this time I was like, fuck it. I've got enough time. I'm just going to go with her. And we're walking and she was just like, oh, do you have like somebody in mind? Like, you're usually quite quiet in work and stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of seeing someone. And she went, oh my God, who is she? What's her name? And I just went, her name's Jack. She stopped. I'm still walking, right? I'm still walking as if I've just said nothing. And it's just like, she stopped, run up to me, and was like, hold up. What? I was like, yeah, I'm kind of seeing a guy.
Yeah.
She went, when was she going to tell us? I was like, I wasn't. That was the thing. I wasn't. But, like, I kind of trust you. She was like, does your mum know? I was like, no, she does not. And she went, I will keep this secret, but just know I love you even more now. And I was just like,
yes. Everybody loves a gay.
Everybody loves a gay. That's it. Next music video. Everybody loves a gay. There you go. Next music video.
We can do it. We can write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Yep. It's just how everybody everybody loves a bitch. Everybody loves a gay. Everybody loves a trans guy. Everyone loves a trans girl. Next music video. Done.
Yeah, we've got it. Crack the heels out. We're coming.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. But yeah, no, that was... Yeah, that was that.
So we heard the bitch, the one you liked.
Mm-hmm. The other girl I didn't speak to. It like all we did was hi. That was it.
Yeah.
But I could tell you how I lost my job. Well, not lost it, but kind of quit lost.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, this is why I fucking hated my mother. Okay. Yeah. If you're listening to this, mother, just know you're the fucking reason.
Yeah.
You're the fucking reason. You're the fucking reason. Another music video. There you go. God, Dustin, I'm pretty good at this.
We'll have an album soon.
Fucking album. I'm releasing an album.
Oh,
so basically, I was living with my mother when I was working at this job, but then she kicked me out. And she will tell you that she didn't, and I left. I did leave, but usually I come back, but she changed the locks this time, so I was like, okay. So she kicked me out. So basically, I was living in the block of that building that I told you about last time. Yep, that horrible building. This horrible building, by the way, had a lot of bad people in it.
Yeah.
Or people that were trying to enter society back.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But basically, I was there. Right. Now, bearing in mind, I'm doing college. I no longer work at this place. Right. My mum calls me. I'm like, what? What's up? Oh, we need you to do a shift. Well, I can't. Well, you're going to have to. Well, why? Because my boyfriend wants a day off. Okay, that's not down
nice.
to me. That's nice. Well, I'm not working. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Well, yes, you are. I'm going to come and pick you up. I was like, you fucking come and pick me up. I will not come downstairs. She was like, you better do this now. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not working a fucking shift. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing any of this. Yes, you are. I'm coming now. Hangs up the phone. I threw my phone and broke it. But basically, from that day, I never went back to the place. I never went back. To this day, I've never gone back. I never went to go and work a shift. I never went to go and work any at all. So, yeah, I just, yeah.
It just boycotted it.
Yeah, literally. My mum honestly just wanted us to work so she would get money.
What for you guys?
No, not off of us guys. So basically, she was getting money for us.
Yeah.
But that would go to food and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So she wanted us to work for one, experience, two, so that I would start buying like food myself. Like I'd start buying snacks myself.
Oh, so you spend your own money on the food, and then she keeps that money that she gets from you. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, you're with me now.
I'm with
Perfect.
you now.
So that's the thing that she always used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it would just be like every now and then, oh no, I don't have 20 quid for the electric. Luca. And I'm like, fuck's sake. Like, and then obviously when Christmas came, like obviously with Christmases, my mum used to buy like a little small thing or something small for my sister.
Yeah.
And then, but then, like, because I was doing my own money, I did everything myself. So yeah, it just kind of like, it was annoying. It was annoying.
Yeah. Or did she buy a present and then was like, "Is this much?"
No. She wouldn't buy a present. She'll be like, if you want to buy your sister a present, you go and get it yourself. So obviously, every year it would be like a £10, £20 gift. She was saving 10, 20 quid on gifts and stuff like this. Yeah, she would sometimes not cook dinner. She wouldn't cook a Christmas dinner. Would go to my nan's. So she was saving money on Christmas dinners and all of this.
Jeez.
Like, it was just literally. I feel like my mum was the biggest scam artist in the world. Literally, like when you see like council, when you see like council mums, council estate mums,
yeah,
they know every fucking they know every scheme, everything. She was that.
Oh God,
she was that, and I was just like, I like fucking points to her for knowing it and for her like do shit like that. But like, yeah, it was just really, I hated it, yeah.
God.
So, yeah, wonderful. So, what about you? You said you had some.
I don't know. Do you want to hear about like the first job I had, or the first kind of craziness that I had?
It is up to you. We would love to hear both.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. So my first ever job, I literally got, I think it was within a week or two after leaving college.
Ooh.
Is when I got my first job.
Yeah.
And that was at the airport. And that was being a barista.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was a barista. So
Starbucks or Costa?
Frankie and Bennett Express. Okay, yes, this is where the confusion comes in, because this is the first ever like interview I went as well. So actually no, it wasn't the first interview that I went to. It was the first one I went to alone. So my mum used to work for like an agency, and she tried to get me a job for the agency. So obviously she was there, like brought me there, but that didn't go anywhere. Right. So this is like the first job that I ever had. Like got to an interview by myself,
on my own.
And I am telling you, I completely balls that interview up. But I think the only thing that worked in my favour was that the person interviewing me was Portuguese, and her name was Tanya. I'm Portuguese and my name is Tanya. So I think that's the only thing that worked in my favour. So this was for a coffee shop. And then she asked me, like, do you want full-time, part-time? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like 20, 30 hours. She's like, that's full-time and part-time. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I just said to her, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what classes is full-time. I don't know what classes is part-time. She's like, it's okay. We'll put part-time down for you. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, me. Different me.
Yeah, and then literally on the spot, she was like, "Yeah, don't worry, we've got a job." And then she was like, telling me other bits and everything. So I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I got my first job."
Oh,
So this is meant to be at a coffee shop. I turn up, because the security, you have like a temporary pass until you get your full pass. So with temporary pass, you have to be escorted everywhere.
Okay.
So you literally have to get someone to pick you up from the staff security to walk you over to your workplace. If you want to go to the toilet, someone's going to escort you to the toilet. If you want to go to another shop, someone literally has to escort you everywhere while you're on this temporary pass. And then when you get the full pass, you don't have to be escorted anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really weird.
Yeah, so when I needed to go to the toilet, I had to be like, "Can someone take me to the toilet, please?"
I need a piddle, please.
Yeah.
Someone take me.
Yeah, so being 19 years old, having to ask someone to take you to the toilet, that's really great. That's really great.
Like you never grew up.
Yeah, yeah. And then be like, "I fancy going to a shop. Can someone escort me, please?"
Oh, God.
Yeah. But I was meant to be for a coffee shop. And then obviously I go
Frankie
there.
Benny's.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, no?
It's a different coffee shop.
Oh, okay. Different coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
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 Yeah.
Coffee.
There you go.
Get some coffee.
So I call this number and I'm like, I'm here at the security. I'm here for my first job. And then someone picks me up. And then I see the name of the coffee shop and we walk straight past it. And I'm just like, "Oh, God, where we go?" Then I walk into Frankie Benny's Express. I'm just like, "Oh, okay. I didn't realise I was meant to be working here. I got told I was going to work there." She's like, "No, you're working here. They hired like a load of people and we just put you where we need you." And I'm like, "Okay, great."
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah. So I did. So this is like the first job I had. So I had no idea like this was wrong.
No clue.
So I was there for like 3 weeks on part-time and then suddenly I got put on full-time. And then I was just like, "Oh, I'm actually asked to do part-time. This is like my first job. I'm not used to this. So like I wanted to do part-time. So because I still have like some other bits to do." And they were like, "Well, no, you need to do full-time. Full-time is what we can offer you, not part-time." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So I guess I just have to take it." No. No, I was signed up for part-time, not full-time. But obviously, first job, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Frankie Benny's Express at the airport. So, manic. Always fucking manic. And then that closed. And then I got moved to a different coffee shop, which was in like a really random area where there was hardly any people and it was really fucking cold there. And I was like, "You know what? I don't think I could do this anymore." So I handed my notice. But manager absolutely fucking adored me. And she was like, "What can I do to get you to stay?" And this was the time where I wanted to actually like pursue music and everything. So I was like, "I want to do this, but I can't do it on these hours." So I managed to work out to only work Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday and have Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday off. So I don't know how I blagged it. So I was there for about like 7-8 months on this. And then she left. You're laughing because you're like, how the fuck does she do this shit?
I honestly don't understand shit like this. Like, it's like I worked full time. And then I was like, I need to go part time. No, we can't do that.
But this was 8 months later that I did this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there doing that, and I really wasn't enjoying it because it was fucking cold all the time. I just wanted to sleep all the time because I was cold. Kept falling asleep, and I was like, "You know what? I need a new adventure.
Need an adventure.
Need an adventure.
Need an adventure."
So this leads to me getting my second job.
Okay.
So I can't remember where I saw it, but it was me and my friends who were advertising for Thomas Cook Club 1830.
Okay.
Yeah, we were saying completely fucking 180 on what I was doing.
180 on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm a barista. No, I'm not. I'm a flight attendant.
No.
No,
holiday rep.
I know. I was making a joke.
Okay, was it a funny joke?
No. No.
So,
Single fucking
no,
super joke. Not a funny one. Not a funny one. No,
me and my friend saw this advertisement and we said that we were going to do it. And I was asking her, you put the application through yet? She's like, oh, I'll do it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I put in that application form. Okay. And then there was, oh God, there was so many interview processes for this job. It was absolutely mental. It was nuts. Oh, it was nuts.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. So the first one was, I think there was 30 or 40 of us. It was in this place in London, so I ended up staying at my grandparents. And then, like, my granddad, like, we tried going there and everything, and I was just like, you know what, this is so fucking confusing. I just want to order a taxi. So we ordered a taxi. I ended up spending like 60 quid that day just on taxis. Because I was like, my brain just, I don't understand London. This is too much. Just get me in a cab and take me fucking home, mate. So the first interview, there was about 30 or 40 of us that go into this room. And like we kind of like trial it out. They tell us a few things, do like a few scenarios, and from then you're then shortlisted. So I got shortlisted to this. God, I want to say it's either 3 or 4 day intense interview process.
Oh God!
In Skegness,
Skeg
Vegas.
Love a little bit of Skeggy.
Yeah, Skeg Vegas.
Skeg Vegas. Oh, Jesus.
Where there was 200 of us. 200 of us in fucking Skeg Vegas. Did you ever watch Tool Academy? Not
a fucking clue.
No? The show Tool Academy? Well, one of them was there. It was Ginger Tool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there was like so many random people, and we go there, and actually my mum drove me to Skegness.
Right.
And she ended up staying the weekend there by herself while I was there doing this intense training course. Remember the last video where I said I had to do this book and everything, where I had to describe, this was for that. This was for that job. Yeah, so good thing that I spelt check it and didn't say that I was a raging rabbit, because yeah, this was for this job as a holiday rep. I was almost about to describe myself as that.
Oh
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm actually crying a little bit on that. Yeah. Oh God.
Just wait. It all gets
God. Yeah.
mental. So on this thing, before we got like a sheet to say you need to do this and this, that was one of them, and another one was to organise a performance. So it was to sort a performance out, because you do like a showcase at the end.
Right.
And do you know what I picked?
Oh God, what?
I picked a song.
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yes!
Time Warp? Yes! Fuck yes!
Yeah, I picked Time Warp, and then I like cut it to mix in with Sweet Transvestite.
Love that.
Yeah, but then they didn't want to do the whole thing, and I was just like, fuck you, because do the Time Warp and then just go Sweet Transvestite would have been hilarious.
Love that.
So with that, they said you had to do a performance, and then you had to like bring props and everything. So I bought a load of wigs, a load of funny hats, and my mum ended up giving me some of her lingerie. I found the picture the other day of this guy in a red wig with my mum's red lacy lingerie. It was hilarious. So, yeah, I know. So I was bonded with this girl who I still have on Facebook. I do need to message her because she was really nice. But I was bonded with this girl because they gave us rooms to stay. And if you've never been to Butlins and Skegness, this place is huge.
Oh, I think I've been to Butlins and Skegness.
It's huge, and you easily get lost.
Yeah.
So we thought we had enough time to get all the stuff and then get back, but then we realised we were running late. and we got a bit lost because we had to go back and get all the props and everything to basically present what we would what our chosen thing was, because we were put into groups, and then from the groups we would pick like 2 or 3 performances to do at the end. And obviously we come back in and it's literally us 2 and the rest of the people sitting there, and they go, "Why are you late?" And we go, "We're so sorry, we went back to the room to get all the props and we got a bit lost." It's a bit confusing, and they're just like, "All right, just sit down." So we were the only 2, apart from, I think actually it was 2 other people. There's only 4 of us that bothered to go back to the chalets and get the props and everything. And there's I think there was like 25-30 people in that room. So in that one room, only 4 of us actually bothered to go get the props.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it worked in our favour, because
worked in your favour,
you guys. Yeah, so they picked my one, because I was the only one that had all the props. And I showed stuff, and then obviously I showed the lingerie, and everybody's wolf whistling and all of I'm just like, "Yeah, thanks, Mum."
Thanks, Mum. Cheers.
And they look at me and I'm like, "This ain't mine, this is my mother's." And they all start laughing. But this weekend was like so intense. It was so intense. And then at the end, they they gave us like a load of drinks and everything to like loosen up, and then we did like the whole performance. And then the next day was when you were told if you got it or not.
Yeah. So
they start calling names out. My name was in one of the first groups, and then they go out and then we go, "First off, we want to say thank you. Unfortunately, you haven't made it, but all of you have been shortlisted. So if anybody cancels, you guys will be the first to get a phone call."
Okay.
So obviously we're all coming up, and then I call my mum and I say to my mum, "I didn't get it, but I got shortlisted. So if anyone drops out, I will get it." People are crying. People are coming out like crying on the floor, and I'm just like, guys, like we're shortlisted, so there still is a chance. And they told us as well, with being shortlisted, next year, if you haven't been given the opportunity to do the summer, you will skip the first interview and come to this interview again next year. So it's like, okay, kind of a bonus. But because we were the first group out, we saw everybody else coming out. So we were the reserves, no one else.
Right.
So you saw more people coming out. It's like swearing, crying. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, so I got so I got shortlisted. And then I left my job at the airport, even though I didn't get this one because I had enough. And I had like this temporary one. At this temporary one, I got a phone call saying, "Hi, we're from Club 1830. Someone's dropped out. Do you want to do a season?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah. Where am I going?
Yeah.
Where am I going?" And they're like, "You're going Iron Appa." And I'm like, yay, because it was just house music and techno. And I'm a little metalhead, and I'm just like, yay. Like, yes, I want to do it. And then I end up Iron Appa in Greece.
Oh, Greece, okay.
But it's literally like the strip is fucking huge. It's a maze. Absolutely mental. But yeah, I'm a little rock head, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna hear house music all the time. Yeah, in my head, I'm just like, just give me some rock. But I actually got very lucky because the flat, they pay for like your accommodation. So the flat that I was in, literally balconies here, and then just the one place out the whole of the strip, Rock Heaven was literally there. So I would open my door and just hear heavy metal, and I was just like, thank you. Yes! Thank you for drowning out the house. Thank you. So I just want to say as well, before I go into some of the shit that happened, I did and didn't have a good time.
Okay.
So one of my requirements was that I don't want to be by myself.
Okay.
Don't want to be by myself. Ended up being by myself.
Yeah.
Which then made me more isolated, and I got a bit depressed and everything. And then with the hectic schedule, ended up getting insomnia. Thought my teddy was a severed head on my bed. That was a really fun night. Yeah. Yeah. But a load of shit happened. So I had this.
Severed head.
Yeah, so I thought it was a severed head.
Oh,
I thought it was a severed head. But I remember, having this group of guys. I think there was 8 or 9 of them. And like the first night, when you go to the hotel, you then like obviously sell them the packages and everything. And one of them was like a jokester. I had to like repeat myself like 6 times, but they brought it and it was absolutely fine. And they were a little bit like gritty towards me. Because like, they just thought like, oh, she's just like trying to get money out of us and everything. And like, that is like the case, but the other case of it is actually make sure that all of you have a good time. And there was this one party, which was the full moon party. So I took inspiration from the full moon in Thailand, where you go on a beach, you drink all night, and then you go home. Under the full moon. Yeah. So it was basically at a isolated beach, massive stage, DJ, like fire breathers and everything fun. Yeah, and you had a free bar for the whole of it. Okay. But it was buckets, so you're having like a drink in a bucket. It was mental. What the fuck? Yeah, it was mental. I had a Scot drink 18 buckets and ended up in the hospital. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Lovely lads. Don't know what the fuck he was thinking, though. It was like, I'm Scottish, I could do this. I'm like, you're Scottish, you couldn't fucking do it, mate. Good job. How's the head? In the morning.
How's your head?
How's your head? But before before all of like the events, you would take them to a bar first. Because that bar wants them to come back afterwards. So we take them to a bar and they'll get like a free drink ticket to encourage them to go back. So in this bar, there was an ice bar. Okay. So I gathered all these guys up and I said, come on, lads, follow me. And they were like a bit hesitant. And like I take them all into the ice bar. And they're like, oh, should we call? I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, guys, do you want a group photo? Like, I'll take a group photo of you. And from then, they absolutely loved me. Because they were like, oh, actually, she is really nice. Yeah, she's like, oh, actually, she's really nice. She's like making the effort with us. She's not really a bitch.
She's not a bitch.
And they were there for 2 weeks and it was so fucking fun. Because I remember the hotel that I was at, they did a beer flute. So the flute was...
It's really tall.
8 pints in one. Oh, God. And I noticed one of the guys was getting like 4 pints, like just for the morning. And I go, why are you buying that when you can get a flute? And that's cheaper. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, they've got beer flutes. And you get 8 pints in them for the price of 4. No, for the price of 3, because it's like in a flute. And I think it's like a certain beer. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm just like, you're welcome. You're welcome. So that was, I love those guys. And then I did, I had a first group of lads holiday. And I helped out in another hotel where I showed these girls who had their first girls' holiday. So obviously we've got like newbies, and there was this one party, which is the paint party. So paint would just be thrown everywhere, and then randomly, because I don't know why the guy had it. The guy had a fully functioning Iron Man suit. So like a fucking robot and everything. So you literally had to like stand in it, and it would close on you. Okay. And like the hand had lasers and everything, so he would jump into his Iron Man suit and come in like halfway the performance. Just be Iron Man on stage.
She's like, I am Man.
No, because like when you do it, it will just go jump. Oh, like it was a fully functioning fucking suit, man. Like
I guess you did go. Oh, right.
No, I didn't go in the suit. I really fucking wanted to, and he was like, "No, this cost me like 20,000." I'm just like, "Bitch, you got money to burn." Like, do you want to give me some? He thought that was a joke. It wasn't a joke though. But it wasn't. So I remember turning the corner of the paint party, and I hear like loud cheers, and I just look over and I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" So I see a boy from my group that's there on their first lad holiday, and a girl who's on her first girls' holiday, just on her knees, noshing him off in the corner in front of everyone. And I'm like, this is normal. This is normal.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right. Obviously, I proceed into the toilet. And then I come out and she's still going at it. And I'm just like, fair play to you, bub. I was just like, fair play. And then obviously I see one of the other reps taking a picture. So obviously I go to the rep and I was just like, can you send me it? That's my group. And then in the morning, I then go to my hotel and I see one of the lads. And I was just like, I heard your friend had a lot of fun last night in the corner of the paint party. And he's like, what are you talking about? Just like, how do you not know this? So I tell him what's happened. And he's like, oh my God, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And while he's saying I don't believe it, obviously I'm on my phone and I go, here you go, mate. So I took a picture of this. And he's like, oh my God, send that to me. And I'm like, with pleasure. With pleasure. I will send that to you, mate.
Blacked out him his whole rest of his
so
life.
Funny. And then the guy, a few of them come out, and then the guy obviously goes, says it, and he goes, "How did you know?" And I'm like, "All right, darling."
Yeah, darling.
I heard you had some fun. I saw you had some fun. And he was like, "I'm so embarrassed." I'm like, "You didn't look embarrassed in this pic." He was there with a big smile on his face and his thumbs up. Yeah, there was like some crazy other beaches and everything, but obviously there was some accidents as well.
Oh God, who died?
Actually, someone did.
Oh God.
Someone did actually.
Joking.
No, someone actually did.
Oh God.
I think they weren't in my hotel, but they were in one of the hotels that obviously we were part of, and I think they were actually they were guests under Club 1830, but I don't really know. I think it was ruled as like an accident, but I don't know obviously the situation with that. But yeah, someone actually did.
Okay.
Look, so when you're drunk, accidents happen.
When you're drunk, accidents happen.
So I remember of these two accidents. So one of them was one of the boys in the ice bar that I took a photo of. So I go to the hotel in the morning, and one of the lads comes down, and they're like, "Oh, I'll tell you, like, we don't know what to do. Like, we really need your help. Like, we don't know what to do." And I'm like, "Okay, like, what's happened?" Okay. And they said their mate's really hurt, and I'm like, "Okay, well, take me up to your room. Let's see what's going on." I walk in, I'm like, "Oh, you've had a little accident. What's happened?" And he turns around, and his arm is like this, and all of here is bruised, like bruised. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, does it hurt to touch? Like, can you move anything? I'm like, what happened? And there's one of the clubs has like an underground bar. And like kind of nightclub thing. And there's also a pool in this bar. Okay. So obviously people are going in the pool, and then it's tiled floors, obviously tile slippering. He said he was walking or dancing. He literally slipped and went straight down on his elbow into the tiles. And then I don't know why this room had it, but it had like an industrial sink that you could literally like put like your whole top body in. I don't know why. The hotel was actually really nice. It was one of the nicest ones there. So I'm just like, all right, someone start filling this up. Like, fill it with really cold water, because like, you're gonna need to submerge it, see if it will bring down the swelling and everything. So I'm asking him a few more questions, and like I'm asking him if he can move his arm, if he can move his hand, like his fingers and everything. Like, this boy can't do shit. So literally, so putting the arm down and everything. I go to his friend and I'm going, okay, I think this is a case where he needs to go to the hospital. So I already knew this was broken. I didn't
Yeah,
tell.
same.
I didn't tell them. Though. Didn't tell
No.
them. I already knew this was broken. Like my brother's had so many broken bones that I kind of knew the telltale signs. So I said to his mate, "Okay, well, if you're gonna have to go to hospital, can you get a bag, get in some clothes, put like mobile phone and all of that?" And I said to them, "I can't go to the hospital with you. I'm not allowed to. Like, it's in my terms and conditions that I'm allowed to." And I'm like, I shouldn't even be assisting you guys with this. If they found out that I could lose my job, and they're like, "Nope, that's absolutely fine." So we organised. I'm like, "Okay, give me his passport," and they always keep the passports down in reception. Like, it's the sort of thing that you have to hand like passports over, because like so many damages. So we end up going there, getting like a photocopy of his passports, and they're off to the hospital. And then about 6 hours later, they come back, and he is there with a cast from what is it, halfway on his forearm, all the way down to his hands. I'm just like, broken, is it? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, never would have guessed.
Never would have guessed.
Never would have guessed. So he had broken the actual elbow. And he had fractured, I can't remember if it was above or below, and then broken like above or below as well. So it was really fucking bad. And they were going home in 3 days. Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
You're going home in 3 days. So obviously the day before they went, he had to go to the hospital and get it slit open. So he had the cast on still, but they had to cut it and tape it, because obviously when you're flying and like you've got like a brand new cast and everything, or like a recently broken bone, like the altitude makes it swell. So if you didn't have it cut, like it would actually swell to the point that it would crush the bones inside.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, you don't want that at all. But
it's why it's also, you're gonna have what was it? I heard a story about a woman going on a flight, and she got a job done to the boys. Yeah, and one of them popped.
Oh,
and
damn!
One went down, the other stayed up.
God. One eruption. And then, what is it? I had another group of guys. So again, they weren't really nice to me to start off with. Yeah. Because they just thought I was just in it for money and everything. And I come into the hotel, and one of the workers there said there's been an issue with one of your guests and everything. And I was like, oh God, what have they done? It's like, no, it's nothing bad. They dived into the pool, they knocked their heads, and they hurt themselves. Right. And they gave me like a med kit, and they said they're in their room. So obviously I got this med kit. I knock on the door, and they open the door. It's me, and I'm just like, okay, like what's happened? And I just look at the guy who's just like holding his head. It's like right above his eye, in the eyelid is just completely cut. And I go in the med kit, and I'm like, all right, you need to do this and this and this. And they're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm just like, I physically can't, because if I get caught, I'll lose my job. And they're like, we will not tell you anything. Like, we'll not say anything.
We will not say a
Please, like, we don't know what to do. And they're all freaking out. I was just like, lads, calm the fuck down.
Calm down. Calm it.
Yeah.
Calm it. I'm also a nurse on the side as well.
I actually did a lot of first aid when I was at the airport. So I had all of this. Oh my God, you find this so funny. So I know how to do CPR and everything. And obviously you have to go to a centre to learn it all out. And you know that you get the bodies to practice on. Yeah. So I went up to it, and I just went shh, and put my finger in its mouth and went in a room full of people.
It's just like that thing on I don't know if it was Vine or TikTok. Guys doing CPR, slaps the face, and then continue.
Yeah, I'm just like. So it's my colleagues and random people, and they're just looking at me, and I'm like, oops. So,
that was an ADHD thing.
Yeah,
that was ADHD. Literally, I say this all the time. Every time something random happens, people think that I've got like Tourette's or something. And it's just like, no, it's just my ADHD brain.
It's just an unfiltered ADHD moment that just came out. Yeah. So yeah, I actually do know first aid. I know how to do CPR. Oi oi.
And shove your finger in there out of
Yeah,
his mouth.
and just go shh.
Imagine if you actually did that when you're like someone collapses. Step back. I know CPR.
No, so I just remember when I was doing that as well, and I was like, my brain somehow thought it was Titanic, so I was just like, Jack, don't let go!
Don't let go,
I never let you go, Jack! While performing CPR on this dummy.
Oh, God. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh my god, yeah. It was so much fun.
God.
The best CPR class I've ever been to.
Oh God! Imagine if someone started doing CPR and throwing their back out and then sticking their ass out like.
You're like, this ain't white girl twerking. This is CPR. Save the man.
Imagine if someone did that. God, Jesus.
Oh, brilliant. But no, but it was, yeah, so I am good at first aid. So I start doing, start doing first aid on this guy. And it's this solution, like a brown kind of yellowy solution that is meant to kind of like clear the dirt off and everything, kind of like sterilize the area. Maybe someone watching knows what I mean, but there's this type of solution.
You mean the liquid?
Yeah.
It's like a liquid, and it's usually what they use in operations to kind of like wipe it around to kind of like clear it away.
Yeah,
it's,
I think
it's anesthesia or something. No,
it's something else.
To me. They did it for me. They did it for the one where I stabbed myself with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. No, not
on purpose.
Not on purpose.
They had this in the little kit. So I was using that and like cotton balls and everything, and I was just like, does these stitches and everything? And I was just like, you do need to go to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if this these stitches, but this definitely does need something. And I was just like, do you guys be sure? It's like, do you want to call this? And like, no. We've got friends that work here and everything. They will sort it out. And I'm like, okay, that's absolutely fine. I'm like, do you need like to bring anything? Do you need a copy of your passport? Do you need like this? And they're like, no, we've got it all sorted. We'll go see him. I'm like, okay, sweet. And then they come back and then they're like, you're right. It didn't need stitches, but it needed to be glued. So I don't know how they done, but they glued his eyes and they're like, thanks for that. And they were sweet with me after I had helped them. It's like every single time, it was like this group, like they would just hate me because they think that I was just in it for the money, like not going to help them. And then I ended up helping them and they're like, oh, actually, you're really nice. I'm like, I know I am. Yeah, so that was...
When she wants to be.
Yeah.
She wants to be.
Yeah, so that was situations that I had with, obviously, providing medical on someone else. And then I had situations where I needed medical care. So the first one is, I accidentally ate a spring roll with mushrooms in it after explicitly asking them 4 times if they had mushrooms in it. And they're like, no. And then someone goes, this has mushrooms. I just like spat out. And I was like, this is great. About 10 minutes later, I was in the ambulance on the way to hospital. The second one that I need medical attention for is gastritis. Because you can't drink the water out the taps or anything. Can't do any of that. So you have to get bottled water. But I thought boiling the water would be fine. No. Fucking wasn't. So I gave myself gastritis. That was hell. Absolutely hell for 2 weeks. I literally could not eat anything other than plain potatoes, rice and bread. And I had a takeaway right outside mine, and I would go and I'd get like plain jacket potato, and they're like, why are you eating this? I'm like, because I've got gastritis, I can't eat anything else. And they're like, oh, you poor child. And then when it was done, and then when it was done, I was like, give me a greasy fucking kebab, mate. And they're like, yes. And then the third one,
walk down the door.
Yeah. And the third one, third one was great. So there was, so in the strip that you can drive through some of it, and we're trying to get about 400 people into this bar. So there would usually be one person counting and someone spotting the counter, because you had to like get the numbers, and at the end they would like pay for the amount of people that come into the bar. And then there was the roadies. So roadies would like basically like herd the crowd in. Just herd the drunken crowd in.
Come on this way!
Yeah, come on! So I was herding the crowd in, and there was this car trying to get through. So obviously I'm trying to herd the crowd. I'm standing there, one leg straight, one leg a bit cocked. This car, straight over my fucking foot. Straight over my foot, but then he stopped. I start banging on his fucking window, going, fucking run over my foot, like you're on my fucking foot. And then come up, and I'm just like, what the fuck has happened? And my guests are there, so the guys are seeing exactly what this happened, and I'm literally fucking screaming. And one of them goes and basically tells like the other rep what's happening, or they're saying that I'm hurt, and I'm sitting on the side and they're like, what's happened now? And I'm like, someone's just run over my fucking foot. And they're like, what? And I was like, you heard exactly the right words that came out of my mouth.
I didn't.
Someone run over my foot. It really fucking hurts. And they're like, do you think you need to go to hospital or something? I'm just like, run over my fucking foot.
What do you think?
I was like, I can't fucking walk. So obviously I ended up going to hospital. They've done like some x-rays and everything, and they said that it doesn't seem to be broken, but it's all right and all of that. And I'm like, okay, that's really good. Fucking hurts. Ended up bruising a load of tendons, and yeah, my foot was swollen and ballooned for ages that I couldn't actually wear a shoe on that foot. So I had to wear a flip-flop, and then my other foot would have a proper shoe on. So I was wearing, I was wearing 2 different shoes for about 3 weeks because my foot was so swollen it wouldn't fit into a normal shoe.
What you should have done, wear one high heel on the other and the flip-flop on the other.
Jesus, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh, God.
And then the best thing that I'd done, you know, previously earlier I said that there's nothing better than a drunken singing British public. So at the full moon party, they noticed that a certain part of the night, it would just die down. And they didn't know what to do. And they're like, do you have any suggestions? I'm like, I do. They're like, what? And I was like, a drunk British sing-along. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, there is a stage of drunken Britanness where we all become one and become a choir. And it's one of the most beautiful things that your ears will ever hear. And a sight to behold. And everyone was like, actually, yeah, that's a really good idea. And the guy was just like, I don't really know about this. And I was like, trust me, mate. Fucking trust me.
Trust me.
I gotta say, that next full moon party, the drunken rendition of The Lion King is one of the best things that I've ever heard to this day.
Oh, God.
Literally, imagine like 300 drunken British teenagers just... It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. And then afterwards, after a few days... after like a few events, he comes up to me and goes, that was actually a really good idea. And I'm like, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And oh, God. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I hosted quite a few games. So I hosted Go Fetch at this one bar. Okay. And I just want to say, before this, they were like, girls aren't good at the microphone and everything. I was like, let me prove you're wrong, bitch. Let me prove you're wrong. So I would go on this mic and I would host Go Fetch. So the first one was I wanted left shoes. And I say, if you bring me a right shoe, it's going straight up your fucking ass and you're going off my stage, mate. And if they brought me a right shoe, I'd literally hit them with it and tell them to fuck off. Yeah. So I'm there and I'm just like, obviously saying, like, get me them shoes. I want to see them little piggies out running. Like, get me the lefty. Get me the lefty. Shouting obscene things. So it was 2 boys and 2 girls. It was... So they would go out. So it was 3 rounds. Just had to do the maths there. It was 3 rounds. The second one was bras. So I wanted as many bras as I could get. So I would shout, I want to see some titties flying. Let me see them bounce. Let me see them jiggle. And then I'd be like, fun fact, them big titty girls, when they're laid back, it's a hammerhead shark. So this line was actually a line that I got from Steel Panther when I saw them live. So they actually said this. So that's where I got that from. Obviously, people would be laughing. So then whoever got the least amount of bras would then go. And then the third one was getting condoms.
Oh, God.
So I would shout out, no babies on T-Watch. Bitches be crazy. Wrap that sausage. Don't get the clap. Clap, clap. Don't get the clap.
Clap, clap. Clap your hands.
Yeah.
Clap.
Yeah, and I was like, no napper babies. And I was just shouting obscene things. And then normally no one would ever have condoms. And I was just like, this is syphilis right here. Just put it into the audience. And every time I got off that stage, the other people would be laughing and going, you were so good up there. And I'm like, I fucking know I am. I know I am.
Well, to change the subject,
Yeah.
this is a bit cute.
Huh? Oh my God, look at Zero. If you're listening to this and not watching this, you're missing out. You've got the cute little boy in the background. Not
bear in mind, he does have his own bed, but every now and then, it's just this.
Oh, he's got the pillow as well.
He's got the pillow as well, yep. It does this every time. When we're upstairs, like, if Felix is going to have his camera on, he'll jump on the bed and then move all the cover, because, like, we make the bed, it's like, oh, yeah, nice. And then he's like, no, bitch.
He's like, no, I didn't want this.
No, I don't want that there. But yeah, no, there you go.
Yeah. And no, that was my holiday antics.
Oh God! See,
I came back with a nice tan and crippling depression.
Broken foot.
Oh, actually, afterwards, I was still having issues with that foot, so I had an X-ray in England. And they come up to me afterwards and they're just like, so which part got run over? So if this is like my foot, so that's like the little thing, the little pinky, and then that'll be the big toe.
Yeah.
And it was these three that the car went over.
Run over.
So I was like, oh, it's these three. It's like, can't see anything here, but this one you actually broke about 2 years ago. And I was like, knew instantly. I was very intoxicated one night. And I thought I was a jellyfish. I was feeling the oats of a jellyfish and I kind of like tumbled down the stairs a little bit, broke my toe. Knew instantly. He's judging me. Yeah, that's my antics.
I'm just sitting here smiling because this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of T's mouth. I believe I was a jellyfish.
I don't think that's the dumbest thing that's ever come out my mouth. Come on, man. Be realistic.
There's probably going to be more.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But yeah, no, the story that I was going to tell, which was my first proper job, so obviously I left college. A friend of mine was just like, yeah, like, why don't you like come and work at the place that I'm working at? Now I was very close with her, and stuff like this. And I went there and I was like, okay, I feel comfortable because she's working there. She showed me some of the ropes, did like 3 days. And then she was like, oh yeah, I'm leaving. Bye. I just fucked off.
Fun.
I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've had jobs like that as well.
But this job I absolutely hated, right? It weren't just like, so you know when you're like, oh yeah, I like working because the people working there are really fun.
Yeah.
This was the opposite.
Oh.
This was the opposite. So I was really great at table service on the surface. And like I used to be really connecting with people, even people that would come in grumpy. I would try and cheer them up. I'm like, hi, do you want anything? Like, oh my God, like it's okay. All of this.
Trying to cheer them up with your gayness.
Cheer them up. Yeah, exactly. The thing was, the people working there annoyed me.
Yeah.
Right? Because it honestly felt like everyone was related. It wasn't, oh, we're friends with this person. Oh, yeah, I know this person because we've been friends for like 13 years. No, No. So basically, the manager that we did have, he left. He had a go at me one time because something run out and I didn't know what to do. And I asked him, and it was like, "Give me a second, I'm with a customer." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, you weren't talking or anything. Like, sorry." But like a new manager came in, right? And she used to work for a different bar, a different place, right? And she brought with her 4 people.
Oh, funny.
So yeah, so this new manager, she was very nice. I loved her, right? There were also 3 other managers, right? There
Okay.
was so she was like the higher owner manager,
Okay, so
right?
manager, team leaders type thing.
No, so basically, I'm trying to explain it now. So the new person that joined, she basically was the higher up. She was the
Okay.
higher up. She was sometimes she lived upstairs. So
Okay.
basically, she lived upstairs. She was very nice. But the thing was, below her there was oh there was 4 managers, but then what was it? One of them left as soon as I joined.
Okay.
So she went to go and work for a different place. Now, the reason these 4 pissed me off, they were all sisters.
Jesus.
One of them, she was a lesbian. She worked in the kitchen. She was the kitchen manager.
Jesus, okay.
The other 2 were front of house managers.
Yeah.
The third one that was working there and left for another one, she was a front of house manager as well. But all 4 of them never communicated. Well, 3 of them never communicated, right? When the new manager came in, she brought 4 people, right?
Okay.
3 kitchen staff and 1 front of house staff,
Okay.
right? They basically knew her for fucking ages. So basically, whatever they did, she would be like, "Oh, yeah, all of this." Kitchen staff were nice, right?
Yeah.
Always loved the kitchen staff. The front of house staff would. Okay, so basically, right, you have the bar staff, right? Which one of the guy working on the bar staff, sorry, Zero's just walked past and gone to the window. He was asleep, and then he just gets up and goes to the window every time. So he was an absolute dick, right? Whenever he was in, it was like, "Don't come near my bar. This is my bar." I'm like, "No, it's not. Stop doing this. It is not your bar. It is part of the restaurant. Shut up. Get out my face."
Yeah.
I used to have a go at him. It pissed me off. But the thing was, he started liking me a bit more because I would stick up for myself.
Yeah.
There was another girl on the bar. Bless her, she was very small. She was very short. But I loved her. She was very nice. I got along with her. The front of house, there was a mum, her son, and his girlfriend, which his girlfriend is like cousins to the 4 sisters.
Jesus.
It gets
God,
better.
it's like traveling pants or something.
I know,
Like,
right? I know.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Exactly. There was another guy, I did have a thing for him, and he was friends with the 4 sisters. But obviously only because like they all went to they didn't go to the same school. It was basically that the sisters left school and he had just had 2 years or something and stuff like that. So he was just a little bit younger than them.
Okay.
Then there was a new guy that joined, and again I tried to connect with him because again I didn't have no one, right? Everyone was fucking related, knew each other, all of this, right? But basically, one of the new person that came with the manager, she knew the new guy, so them 2 got along. I was like,
I
can't
just want a
freaking
friend.
win. I'm just standing here like, okay, Yeah. So I've got 3 stories, right? So I'm gonna tell the story of the girl, the new girl that joined. Well, she came with the manager, right? Now, I told them I can't do certain things. I'm not working nights. I'm not working late. I hate it. I don't like it. It means I have to walk home, and you know
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
know, like dark night shivs and everything. You
Yeah.
don't want to do it. So I said to the manager, I can't do it. She's like, I need you. I need you. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. She was like, ask someone to give you a lift. I was like, no one's going to be working
Yeah.
except for the new girl. And we kind of got along. Like, it seemed she was nice.
Yeah.
Right? But we didn't really have like a great communication. Like sometimes she'll be like, hey, like, do you want to lift to work? And I'm like, if you're offering, I would love to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And all of this. Now, bearing in mind, a lot of these people were living with parents or still at home and able to like, oh yeah, I could put a lot of money into my car because I'm still living with mum and dad pay for food and all of this. And it really annoyed me because I was the only one that didn't.
Yeah.
I was living in a council flat and I had to pay the rent. I had to pay council tax. I had to do this. And it was so annoying. So, what was it? So the manager not the manager that hired her. She was one of the sisters. And she was like, no, we need you. I was like, I can't do it. She was like, just ask like whoever's working to give you a lift. I was like, I don't want to ask people. I don't like asking.
Yeah.
Right? If you offer, that's great. If I ask, it's probably for a dire thing. So this could be classed as a dire thing.
Yeah.
And all of this. But I asked her and I was like, hey, I know you're working in late. Is it possible for a lift? I just don't like walking late at night, especially in this town. And she was like, yeah, of course I can. That's absolutely fine. Remember that.
Yeah.
So I'm working the shift. I'm doing all the jobs. She's working on the bar, right? And this place isn't very big. Okay, very cramped. So you can hear conversations. And I heard a conversation of, yeah, I'm giving him a lift later. I don't know why I said yes, but he never offers me money. I always have to pick him up and drive him anywhere. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, and like she's talking to one, like a regular that speaks to me and is nice to me. And he's like, yeah, no, that's way out of order. I start walking past them, right, deliberately. And I hear, oh wait, it's coming. Right. And I walk past, didn't say a word. Right. And I said to the manager that told me to work the shift, I went, I'm going to fucking leave because I've had enough. Right, I've got them backstabbing me, saying that I always ask. She's the one. She's like, yeah, no, she's been telling everyone all day. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Can I just ask, like, did she live like on the way to yours?
Yes, she was literally right. So then I used.
So then there is no issue.
No,
asking
there's no
for
issue. There was
extra
no
money.
issue.
Like
no.
For me, I've done it where I have given lifts to people that are on the way, and they're like, "Do you want money?" I'm like, "You're literally on the way home."
On the way.
And then I've given lifts to people when I was deputy manager that were younger than me because they would be walking home, and I'm like, that's a 19-year-old girl. I'm not letting you walk home. And they're like, but it's out of the way. And I'm like, I don't care, it's out of the way. Like, your age, like, I'm taking you home. I'm making sure you're getting home safe. That was me offering. If it was an issue, I'd have been like, can you chuck me like a cup of thing? But if it's on the way, no, it's on the way.
Yeah. And literally, right, so the manager was like, go to Tesco's, pop over to Tesco's, go through the back way, pop to Tesco's, right, and go and get like 10 out or 20. Now, bearing in mind, I did have the money for it.
Yeah.
I did. I was okay for money. It was like, I still had like 300 or something left for like just myself. So I was like, I'm decent, so I'll go and do it. Right, go over, get in the car with her. She's like, "Oh, you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Also, I just want to say, like, thank you for like all of this. Like, I know it's really difficult for you and stuff like this. So I just wanted to give you this for the petrol money. And then straight away she goes, "Oh, you shouldn't have. It's okay." And I'm like,
it's not what you were telling everybody else.
yeah, it's not what you're telling everyone else. So I made her look like an absolute twat.
Good.
Right?
Good.
And I love that the manager suggested it.
Yeah.
So ever since then, never asked her for a lift. Right? I believe me and Felix got bikes, or I got a bike, right? And I started riding to work.
Yeah.
And my manager was like, "Listen, I'm not going to put you on lates. Like, I get it. It's fine. No more lates for you." So I started doing like mornings, afternoons, and stuff like this. And it was fine. It was perfect. I loved cycling. I loved doing the bike ride. Right? It sounds really fucking weird, but I used to love it. Used to love it, especially in the summer when the sun's blaring. You're going through all the trees, the fields, like cut paths and everything. It was so nice. It was weird, but I loved it, right? And since then, I never asked.
Yeah.
I never asked her again, never asked her, and all of this. There was a time that I couldn't ride the bike, so I walked, right? But again, it was a bit of a late. It was like working until like 7. And me and her and the guy that she knew, right? That we all lived in kind of like same area-ish, right? So she was like, "Oh, hey, like, I'm dropping this guy off. Do you want a lift?" I was like, "Oh, are you sure?" Right?
Oh no, wait, hold up. Before
I went to the bar, right? And as I walked past, right, again, regular her, right, little bit busy. She was like, "Oh, Luca, quick question." I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" She was like, I'm dropping off thing later. Like, would you like a lift?" I was like, "Oh, I mean, that's up to you. I don't want to be a burden to you and all of this." Like, making it seem like, "Oh, no, you really don't have to. Like, it's okay. Like, I don't mind walking." And she was like, no, it's fine. Right? And I'm just like, "Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Yeah." So, yeah, that was instance number 1.
Okay.
Hated her since. Never spoke to her. There was also a small little thing. So they were trying to get team leaders, right? Me and her applied, right?
Okay.
Now, I was doing a good job. I was doing a good job. I was zooming around, ADHD, 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, 4, carrying like 3 plates on each arm. Like, here you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Waters, yep. All of this. I was stacked in tips.
Yeah.
Honestly, loved it. Then they implemented like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna all put the tips into one jar."
Yeah.
No. Like, okay, yeah, the staff, like the kitchen staff get tips. Like, don't get tips. I get that. But they get more money than us.
Yeah.
They got like an extra like £3 than us.
Yeah. They don't have to
So they don't have
the
to.
public as well.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That is a task in itself, along with doing that job.
So basically, me and this girl were trying to go for team leader.
Yeah.
Right? Where the thing was a bit far out. And I was like, I'm willing to get like a bus, train, anything. I don't mind. I do not mind. And the manager, like the one that brought the other girl in, was like, "Oh, we don't think you're right for it."
Okay.
I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "It's just like the other one, like she can do multiple things. She can do bar, she can do front of house." I was like, "I can do bar and front of house.
Yeah.
I have done bar and front of house." She's like, "Yeah, but you know, it's just she can drive." I'm like,
okay.
I'm sensing favoritism here.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I really absolutely hated that, and she got the team lead, but I left before anything. I was just like, "Nah, bitch, I'm out. I'm out." There was a time Oh, God, I hate this prick. So, so, you know, I was telling you how there was a mum working there with her son and his boyfriend. His girlfriend, sorry. His girlfriend.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So,
I might have not.
so you might have zoned out for that bit.
No.
So,
Okay.
but basically, the mum worked as like bar front of house. She was kind of a team leader. Never really got along with her because she was very moody. And every time I did, like, if I picked up a plate wrong, she's like, "No, pick it up like this." I'm like, I'm just gonna burn myself. So no, and all of this. But yeah, her son hated his son. Her son, some fucking words. I hated her son because every time, like, he was in, it just seemed like he was a stuck-up prick. He was just stuck up. It was just like, I'm doing this section, don't care what you say, doing it. I'm like, okay, mummy's boy, sorry. But it was my last day. I'd handed in my notice. They weren't really happy with it, and I was like, I don't really care. I don't really care.
It's not
I don't
really
want to
your
work.
decision, is it?
It's not really your decision. They're like, oh, yeah. I handed it in. They were like, what's this? I was like, my notice. They're like, really, you as well? I was like, yeah. Because like there was a younger girl that worked there. I got along with her, and her mum was lovely. She gave me a lift as well. But like she was like, I can't work here because you're giving me extra days when I'm saying I can't work days. And they're like, oh yeah, no, it's fine though. It's fine. You can work. It's like, no, you cannot. I have got things. So she left, and then I left. But like, what was it? It was like my last day. Had my section, doing food, all of this. I'm basically just taking my time. I'm not rushing. I'm like, fuck it, it's my last day. Don't give a shit. Right? Going around, handing out plates. Is there anything else for you? No, that's absolutely fine. I had two girls that were my regulars. Right? Had a little bit of a chat with them. Like, not a long chat. It was just like, oh, like, here, you're leaving. I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. Like, today's my last day. So, yeah. And I'm like, oh, anywhere nice? I'm like, just Sainsbury's. Nothing really important. It's just a little bit more money and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I hope it goes well for you. I'm like, thank you. Done. Right? Go back into the kitchen, and he comes in. He's like, I want a word with you. Okay. Right? Takes me out to the hallway, and he's like, you've been absolutely a dick today. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's just like, you've done no work. You've been stood around talking to everyone. I went, hold up. No. He's like, I'm not finished. You've literally just been making everyone do your work for you. You've just been doing this. And I'm like,
no.
Okay, first of all, shut up. No. Right? And it's like, wait, but no, I was like, no, I'm talking now, right? You don't get to stand there and say, I've not been doing my work when you've got the smallest fucking section and I've got the biggest, right? Second of all, I've only spoken to two people today, which are my two regulars who know I am leaving. So don't give me that bullshit, right? I don't really care that today's my last day, and neither should you, because once I'm gone, I don't have to see your ugly face. So bye. And walked away. Didn't give a shit. Didn't give a shit. Did not give a shit. I was just like, go a fucking way. Mic drop. But yeah, what was the other instance? What was it? There was something. They didn't give me the right pay.
Too much? Too little?
Too little.
Oh,
so,
God.
you know, when you're 16 and you start a job, you get a certain amount, and then once you turn 18,
you go up the bracket,
Yeah, go up the bracket. So for those that don't know, obviously you start off with the lower the minimum wage when you're 16. I think it's all changed now, but it used to be
it's 16, 18, 21, 25.
20, yes. So when I was there, I was 17. And then I turned 18. Right? So then I assumed it goes up.
Yeah, it should automatically go up.
It should automatically go up. But it didn't.
Oh.
And obviously, again, it was the beginning of the month. Didn't see anything.
Yeah.
So obviously I got paid at the beginning of the month, first Friday I think it was. Got my paycheck. It hadn't gone up.
Yeah.
So I went to my manager. I was like, "Hey, pay hasn't gone up." "Oh yeah, no, it'll be the next one."
Okay.
Okay. Next month comes, nothing. Still 16. And I was just like,
this ain't
"My
right.
pay. This ain't right.
ain't
My
right."
pay." And she's sitting there like, "Oh yeah, we're just having a bit of a problem with it at the moment. Just a little problem." I was like, "Okay." Next month, nothing. Next after, nothing. Felix literally went, go in there,
Yeah.
right? Go in there, speak to the manager and say, "I need to speak about this. It has now been this amount of months. If nothing gets sorted, I will be suing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh God, I'm not very good with confrontation. Hate it. Do not like it. But fuck it, I'm going to go in." Unless I'm like extremely, extremely pissed off, like you have to like piss me off.
Yeah.
Like I need someone to sit there, slap me in the face, punch me in the dick, and then be like, "Go in there." And I'm fucking
Go get him.
Go get him. So I went in there. I was like, "Listen, this. If this does not get sorted, I will have to sue."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Fine." Like that, legit, fine. Right? Month after, right, bear in mind, this was in the middle of the month, right? She changed it.
Yeah. And did you
So
get
basically,
all the back payment as well?
Nope. Didn't get the back payment. Didn't get, I literally, it just went up.
Did you chase for the back payment?
No, I couldn't be bothered. I was just like, if it took this fucking long, I'm fucking done. So that's when I handed in my notice. I was like, "Here you go."
You could
done.
Oh my God! Even if you handed in your notice, you could still sue them for the back payment.
I could have, but yeah, I just had enough. Yeah. I just had enough.
I mean, it always takes that one job to make you be fucking ruthless in all the other ones.
Oh yeah. Because that's what led me through Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
A little bit. So basically, when I applied for Sainsbury's, Felix helped me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be on the shelves.
Yeah.
Don't want to do customers. Hate customers, right?
Yeah, we all do.
All do. Went for the job interview, and she was lovely. I did like her. She was a lovely woman. And she was like, "Oh, so you're applying for tills?" I was like, "No."
Nope.
She was like, "What do you mean no?" I was like, "I was applying for shop floor." Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, we don't have a shop floor role." I was like, "Well, I applied for it." And she was like, "Oh.
Whoopsie."
I think she said something. There might have been a mix-up, and sometimes when they say that there is a job going at Sainsbury's, they don't tell you what job it is. So that when you do the job, okay, it's going to be for this, and you're meant to just say, "Oh, okay,
that's fine."
That's fine. Yeah. And it's not. So she was like, "We do need a trolley boy." And I was like,
"Okay.
Might be able to do that. I should be able to do that. It's easy. I'm pushing trolleys every day. Jesus Christ, I was fit during that." The thing is, I kept on getting told off because obviously the Sainsbury's that I worked at had escalators. So you had escalators going down, up, then another floor going up, like down, and then another one going up, down, right? And then it would be like all the other shops and stuff like that. And then just once you go up the last one, you just put all your trolleys in front of you, done. And then you just you've got some trolleys inside as well. So you got to make sure that the ones inside are fully stocked, the ones outside are okay, and all of this. And obviously you had to go around the car parks, try and find them, try and get them, and all of this. And so it was okay. And then what was it? I did that for 3 months, and I was okay with it. And then they kind of asked me to do tills, and I was like,
"I don't want to do this.
Don't want to, but fuck it, I don't care. I'll do tills." And then after doing that for a few weeks and a month or so, I spoke to the manager and I was like, "Hey, I want to try and get up in this section. I want to try and be a manager or a team leader."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, you was the team leader? Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah." And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, okay, oh, okay, yeah." She was like, "Yeah, we can get that sorted." Yeah. Oh god, this arm. I'm just like, I fucking keep missing it. And yeah, so in the space of like 3-4 months, I went from trolley boy to cashier to supervisor.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. So I was a supervisor, and she was like, "Are you sure you're going to be okay with this job?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be great. I'll be fantabulous. Fantabulous." So all you had to do was, like, if you start in the morning, you had to do money in the tills. You had to make sure this amount of money goes in. You have the coin sections for the self scans. You just kind of like boot them up, boot, all of this, make sure they've all got money in them, make sure they're not broken. If they are broken, then obviously once everyone's in, you start calling up. You do people's breaks, so you can sit there and be like, okay, right, this person's gonna have a break here, this person's gonna have a break here. Some of the older people didn't like it that I was a supervisor, but I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Didn't care. Because the thing was, when I first started, this guy, gay guy, old gay guy, like in his 60s, still working.
Love that.
Right? His name was Bryn. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I've watched a lot of Gavin and Stacey. I know Bryn means of the hills. Or, yeah, of like Man of the Hills, or the hills.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay.
And I must have taken his spotlight or something, because it was like, "Oh hi, I'm Bryn." I was like, "Oh, that means of the mountain, or of the hills." It's like, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah." I was like, "Oh, it's lovely to meet you, Bryn. I'm Luca." And I was just like, "Yeah, okay." Walked off. And I was just like, ever since then, he hated me. But it was so, like, this is what you said I hated about the old people in Sainsbury's, because I don't know why, right? Don't know why. They just liked to pick on the new person, right? And it was like, yeah, none of them wanted to be a supervisor. No.
But
None of them
they're
wanted
annoyed
to...
when someone younger
They're annoyed.
gets it.
Yep. They hated that they had to go and self-scan, but it was like, the thing is I've got nobody, right? This is what I've been given. I can't do anything but this, right?
Yeah.
If you would like, I would try and go in the self-scans, but I'm going to have to wait until a supervisor is here, because I'm only me. I've got one till, and self-scan. What would you like me to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, you've got a point. Okay. So I used to put him on self-scan. He was the one that could stand, because anyone else was like, oh man, my ankle, or my knee, or my hip, on my back, and all of this. I'm like, just go and sit down, just shut up, go. Right. So it was me. The managers were there at the point, but the problem was, they weren't really around.
Yeah.
Like, they'll come down, stand around, check things, and go back upstairs. I'm like, okay. But it was me, and a friend. I like to call her a friend. She was a very dear friend of mine, but she sadly passed away. But it was me, her, another girl. But it was mostly girls. All these supervisors were girls, except for me, right?
I mean, technically you are a girl.
I was the girliest girl there.
Yeah.
But like, it was just the fact that what was it? It was me and like 4 girls, right? I came in the morning. Then at 10 o'clock, one would come in, right? So I would set up everything, plan everything, do everything, and then the girls just come in and just like, yeah, I'm ready. Okay. And I'm like, and most of the time it would be like, right, I'm really sorry, but Bryn would like to go to a till, so I'm going to go and do self-scan. Are you okay to run it? Yeah, go for it. No one wanted to do self-scan but me. Yeah. I didn't mind self-scan. I just get stand there. Oh, there's a problem there. Dun. There you go. 18 plus. Done. Dusted. Yeah. Right? And yeah, you had like one specific person at the customer service. She was great. Loved her on there. And stuff. There is a bit of juicy gossip that I've just remembered. I just remembered the juicy gossip.
Oh God.
So either way, let me just finish this bit. So that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
That was me, right? That's what I did. Now I was trying to get manager role, but obviously there was this long process. The store manager was okay. He was nice, but the problem was it was just like he wouldn't listen to anyone.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, fine, whatever. Because like he was putting posters looking for a manager. I'm like, can I try and do it? Like, sure. Do you want to do it? I was like, yeah. What do I need to do? And it was like, oh, I'll send you paperwork. I was like, okay, then brilliant. Never got it.
Yeah.
And then the thing is if I tried to ask him, like, I don't know when the fuck he's busy. So I just used to be like, can I have the paperwork? Oh, not right now. I'm busy. Okay, fine. What about now? Oh, I'm about to leave. So tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow comes. Well, how about now? Oh, in a bit.
Yeah.
Never got it. But basically, so how Sainsbury's goes, you're split into departments. Okay, so you've got tills, front desk, all of that. That's one group. So you had 2 managers for that whole group. Then you had clothing, electronics, garden stuff, all of that. That was another section. So you usually had like a manager doing staff doing clothing, electronics, and like anyone wants a phone, I'll get the key, stuff like this. Then obviously you had the bakery and the butcher, which had a manager for that.
Yeah.
And then obviously you had the 2 or 3 managers for the stock in the shelves.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no one liked that I was the supervisor. Everyone hated it. So I was like, okay, then fine, whatever, don't care. But so the manager that hired me had kind of met someone from clothing.
Okay.
Okay. Now, her and him, they did get along.
Yeah.
They had a few nights together.
Oh.
By the way, I'm drinking from my...
Oh my God, I love that. I
Love it
love
too.
that cup.
Ah, love it. So, them two had like a thing, right? I don't know what happened next, but he ended up moving to front desk.
Okay.
Now, he had a very thick Italian accent.
All right.
Right? And I was just like, it was nice, but he was very tall, very big built, Italian accent.
Oh.
And obviously when he got annoyed.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. So it was so funny though, because them two kind of like avoided each other.
Okay.
Right? He would go onto the customer service desk because obviously he got specialized in that bit. And obviously if any time the one at the customer service desk wanted a break, then we could swap them. And I'm like, right, if you can wait until this time, he'll come in and do your break. Always turned up a bit late, so I would go over and then he would swap with me.
Yeah.
But I remember, I don't know why. But basically, I'm on break, right?
Okay.
I'm about halfway through my break, and I get a tannoy of, can Luca please come to the customer service desk? Luca, to the customer service desk. I'm like,
okay. Why am I being called here?
Why? I'm on a break. Okay, like I'm packing everything up. I'm like, I bet if I can go back to my break after this.
Yeah.
I head down, right? Now there's 2 double doors. One door goes past the bakery, the other door goes past electronics straight towards customer service.
Yeah.
Right? Go towards the doors. As soon as I come out, all I'm hearing, you're finished going, all of this, like shouting in Italian. And I'm like,
I know who that is.
I know who that is, but what's going on? Right? Then there's a customer going, oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, you're doing all of this. And there's one of the supervisors just like, can everyone just like calm down? I was like, why did you call me?
For this. Why'd you call me for this?
Call a manager, but it's like, I'm just right, everyone, calm down.
Yeah.
I was like,
what's going on?
Other supervisor, go and send him over there. I'll come here. And he was like, and then he's still screaming as he's leaving. I'm like, just come send him somewhere. And she's like, okay. He's like, come on over. And I'm like, sir, what's up? And he was like, he just started swearing at me. I was like, okay, no, that I do apologize about this. I am so sorry. I will help you with your thing. What's wrong? And he's just like, I just wanted to return this the meat. And it was like he got it like 2 days ago and it started going moldy.
Oh.
And it was like I was gonna have it for last night's dinner, but I couldn't. I was like, no, that's absolutely fine. I will give you a refund. Here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Right. And he was like, thank you so much. I was like, no. I do apologize for that. And he was like, you're so much better than him. I was like, I know, it's fine. Just, yeah. Obviously, I stayed at the customer service desk all on my own. I knew it all and all of this.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the one that was meant to be doing the customer service, she came back from a break. She was like, oh, you're here. I was like, I'm going to go and have to sort out the Italian guy.
Yeah.
And she's went, he's not shouted at another customer. I was like, what do you mean another? What do you mean another? And she was like, oh yeah, the other day he started screaming at a customer because the customer wanted to return something and he didn't want to, so he started screaming. And I was like,
what the?
Okay. Right. So I was like, if you can, go here. I'm going to call a manager. So I was like, can I have a manager to the customer service desk? Manager to the customer service desk. Thank you. I had a very good Tannoy voice. Yeah. Remember first starting doing the Tannoy, and I just went,
yeah.
Someone's just thinking, what just happened there? But basically, I had to call the manager, and it was the manager that hit him in here, and I was like, listen, you need to sort him out. And she went, oh god, what's he done now? I was like, he just shouted at a customer for returning meat.
Yeah.
Fucking meat. And I showed her, I was like, look, this is the meat. He apparently got it 2 days ago. He showed me the receipt. All of this, it's gone moldy. And she was like, oh yeah, did you give him a refund? I was like, yes, I gave him a refund. I don't know why a manager wasn't called, but I'm here.
Yeah.
She was like, you did a good job. I was like, thank you, but that's not what I'm interested in right now. Right now, we need to go and sort him out. And like the girl was like, are you going to be okay? She went, yeah, I'll be fine. I was like, okay then. If you need anything, call me over. I'll come. And all of this. So yeah, so I come over. The one that walked the Italian guy over, she went, I sent him upstairs. I was like, okay, why? She was like, he kept on screaming and he screamed at me and I got upset, so he went.
No.
And I was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah.
I think so.
I think so. I was like, luckily enough, again, this is what I liked about Sainsbury's because it was like clockwork. As soon as something happens, someone comes in and I'm like, right, could you keep her safe?
Yeah.
Me and like the manager, she was like, you come with me. I was like, are you sure? Because I don't mind staying here and helping out. She was like, no, you come with me. Once he comes down, you go and have a break and stuff like this. And yeah, and she was like, what about your break? I was like, listen, if she comes back, I'll go, like, if I could just quickly go for a smoke break and then that's it. She was like, okay, then we can do that. Went upstairs and he's in the kitchen, like in the staff room, just banging like this. Like, there's like people on the other side, just like, we're going to stay here.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. This guy's going crazy.
Oh, God. But, like, I don't know how the store manager didn't hear this. But, like, I felt like a manager. I honestly felt like a manager. I was like, right, you, come with us. And then he calmed down. He was just like, yeah, okay, kind of thing. Like, in Italian, I'm not going to try and do an Italian accent because I'm probably going to get murdered. But, like, he was like, yeah, okay. Stumbling, like, shrugging and all of this. And then, like, we put him into the office, and again, the store manager's there, and he was like, what's going on? And I just went, you sit down. And like, the store manager was like, okay. I was like, no, not you, him. And all of this. And I went, what's gone on? Why did that happen? And he was just like, I don't like being on the customer service desk. I was like, okay, but you was the one that asked to get special privileges and special like training to be on there. You wanted this, and it was like, yeah, I know, I'm just having a bad day. I was like, I get that, but this is the second time this has happened.
Yeah.
I've been told that this is the second time. So the last time I went in that bed, I was like, I don't care if it weren't bad, this bad, not bad, anything, right? I don't know why I went dang. Anything. Anything. But yeah, the manager was just standing there like, I'm not getting involved. He's got this under control.
Yeah.
He's got this. And the store manager's even standing there like, okay, yeah, let's just leave him to it.
Yeah.
I want you to go and have a 10-minute breather. Okay, I'm going to be taking it off of your break. Okay, so you're going to have a less break for your actions. Okay, when you come back down, okay, you're going to be on the customer service desk. Do I make myself clear? I don't want to hear any yeah, no, buts, anything. Just I want you to get up and go. And he got up and went. And I was just like, anyway, what was we talking about? I was just like, I love this. I love this. Oh, God. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the time. Drama! Oh, God, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. I never could be a manager at McDonald's though. I tried to, but it didn't work. But we could tell that story for another time because I think we should try and do a part 2, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I've got a load of other job stories, so I do think we could do a part 2 to this.
I think we should try and do a part 2.
I ain't even touched the tip of the iceberg in my working job. Some of these things you'll go, what the fuck?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. So yeah, that's me and T doing telling stories of our last jobs.
Yeah.
If any of you do have any stories, any bad experiences, good experiences, crazy experiences, let us know in the comments below.
Yes, let us know.
Let us know. Ooh, down below. Every Sunday at 1 p.m. UK time, there is a video, so feel free to go and check that out. And yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.
Is that Looney Tunes?
Yeah, that was Looney Tunes. My brain, like the last couple of days, my ADHD brain has literally just been like, hey, say this. And I just say it.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It just comes out before you can even like figure out what the brain has said. And you're just like, that was highly inappropriate.
Oh God, just sitting there, just like
yeah.
Bring it down now.
See, I'm too pretty to cry.
I'm too pretty to cry.
I've got like such fucking long lashes on today. I'm just like,
oh God, just flap away.
oh, pardon me.
Oh God.